just finished episode 6 of X-Men 97. I do have to say, I was right. I was right about something. I'll say that for the end. It's just a spoiler. But this episode takes one of my favorite mutant characters. It takes their storyline type deal. It's their story. Polaris or Lana. I'm perfectly fine with that. She's one of my favorite X-Men characters, mutants. Her admitting that she's Magneto's daughter, kind of nice, even though I always thought Magneto and her in the comics always knew each other. So, like, even in the first season, they showed her on the boat with Quicksilver and Wanda, so I don't know what that means. Magneto just knew, but I don't know. But this episode kind of takes place around the astonishing X-Men. We don't get any costumes, but we get like obvious hints that this episode was based around astonishing X-Men. With one of the mutants being found in the danger room, knocked out. In the comics, he wasn't knocked out, but they can't go that dark into this season. Yeah, I'm just like, we got astonishing X-Men with the danger room turning into a living being named Danger. That's great. Love that. I'm curious if we're gonna see her again, like in yes, I'm referring to Danger as a whole. But I'm curious if we're gonna see her again because it seemed like they destroyed her and just left it there. But she does join the astonishing X-Men, so she becomes a hero. So I'm curious what's gonna happen now in the comics from TV show. But yeah, Polaris is one of my favorite. Lana, she's great. But yeah, that was a lot. Morph transformed into Mr. Fantastic, so you got a little bit of a Mr. Fantastic cameo. We had a lot of Generation X and New Mutants cameos. So there was a lot of that there. And I was like, yeah. With Monet, she showed up as Penance. That's cool. Chamber was there. He's the guy with the big fire build. We have Kid Omega, Crenton? I can't remember his last name. But yeah, Crenton. He was in it. I think I saw Pixie and Boom Boom for a bit. They were. I know I saw Boom Boom, but I think I saw Pixie. Dupe. It was just the back of Dupe's head that I saw, but Dupe was in it. I'm like, Dupe, we got Dupe in anime or in the cartoon series. Not too many people know who Dupe is, even though he was just released as a Marvel Legend in the Deadpool 2-pack. The Maximum Deadpool gave you a Dupe figure. Another thing was kind of spoiled for everyone was Charles Xavier's Professor X's Marvel Legend that was just announced for Comic-Con. He's in his hover chair with rockets, and everyone's like, I don't remember Charles' hover chair ever having rockets. We got it. This episode here, he has rockets in his hover chair. That was great. I actually think this might be one of my favorite episodes of the season. This was a good episode. Of course, you got Danger. I love Danger. She's astonishing all over. She screams astonishing X-Men. Pretty good. You got my cat running around with the zoomies. You try to remember all the characters out there. There was think that was all the students that was there. Polaris basically took the place of Kitty Pryde, though. That was one thing. Like, in the Astonishing, there was Kitty Pryde who came back to the school, and then the school went to Danger because of Danger. The Danger Room taking over. And yeah. But yeah, I enjoyed this episode. But it mainly takes place about Polaris accepting that she's the daughter of Magneto. And my theory, even from before the episode weeks were out, is true. But yeah, I'm 6 minutes in. I really want to do more, but I can't really think of much. So I'm just going to go to spoilers. If you want to skip the spoiler for the end credits, you could do that here. Oh, one thing. Now I'll talk about spoilers. Charles Xavier is trying to connect with Magneto's consciousness because he's been connected to Magneto twice in tragic events. So those who don't know the comics, that is a bad sign. That's terrifying. Probably season 3 scenario going on there. Because that's a big villain showing up. Onslaught. Who just got him off a legendary release at Target. I wonder if they knew. But yeah, he's just he's the combination of both Magneto and Charles Xavier's mental mindscape combined into one is Onslaught. So you basically have this giant being in like Magneto's armor. I don't remember much about him. I just always knew he was in the comics because he's kind of before. He's around the 90s, I guess. Maybe early 2000s, but I think it was like mid 90s. So, yeah. Onslaught shows up. I was right about that. Oh, not shows up, but definitely referenced. But the big Easter egg, the big one, is at the end when Charles Xavier sets up X-Corp. I don't remember X-Corp. That's not something I'm familiar with for me knowing X-Men comics. That's something very like random. I don't know that. But not Magneto. Professor X is like, yeah, I sense danger. I sense apocalypse. And we go to the next scene where the Watcher is watching over a temple. If you missed it, Watcher was in the stars. It was really obvious this time. It wasn't like no sus like last one where he saw the Watcher for a split second. It was like, hey, that's the Watcher type deal. Or Born Again, well, Daredevil and Bullseye goes through the window and you get the Watcher's head. This one was really obvious. If you missed it, you really were not paying attention to the episode. But Apocalypse is working on a science experiment up with someone super powerful who, well, he got disappeared in episode 5 of season 1 of 97. Yeah. He got took on a Sentinel and didn't survive. We got Gambit back. Apocalypse is transforming Gambit into a Horseman. You get all the cards playing cards going around, and they turn into tarot cards, and it's like, oh, we got him. We got Horseman Gambit. His hair turns white, his eyes get brighter red, his skin turns pale white, and I'm like, yes, we got Gambit as a horseman. People are gonna be so upset about this. People are going to be upset. But everyone who knows what's going to happen is like, yes, I know we're going to be in for a good episode. A good next couple episodes are going to be great for you guys. That's just what the icing on the cake. Gambit becoming a horseman. I have a feeling we're going to get Magneto as a horseman and Magic as a horseman. Maybe Colossus. I don't know which one. But I have a feeling we don't, because the scene with Colossus holding Magic Lana's body hasn't shown up yet. And I'm guessing that's probably next episode, and it's probably going to be her becoming a horseman, or Colossus becoming a horseman. I would say Magic would probably be War. Same thing with Colossus. Well, Magneto might be Wrath. That's what my theory would be. The Horseman of Wrath, the Horseman of Death is Gambit. The Horseman of War would probably be Lana. Maybe Magneto might be Pestilence. Horseman of Pestilence. Then have War and Wrath be Colossus and Magic. Death is definitely Gambit, man. That's not even a question. But that's just me making theories of who's coming up for the four horsemen of the apocalypse. I don't know. But yeah, I'm excited for the next couple episodes. We only have a couple episodes left. Like this weekend coming, not this weekend, but next weekend is Spider-Man Brand New Day and a new episode, which is I believe Dead Man's Hand. Gambit. we were all right about that episode name. It's Gambit. So I don't know. But I would give this episode probably just for me and all the astonishing references and Gambit reference and Onslaught reference, I'm saying it's a 9 out of 10 episode. It's a good episode. Not everyone's going to feel that way, but not everyone has been jumping down the X-Men storylines. So, yeah, I'm excited. Of course, we got Generation X and some new mutant references, too. I'm happy. Of course, Kid Omega's being the snot-nosed rat he is. Yeah, Quentin. He's one of those characters that he started off as a super annoying and became a better character through storyline. He also becomes the Phoenix in the future. Just spoilers. We're already in the spoiler section. But yeah, he becomes the Phoenix. But yeah, I'm just happy we got... Well, Gambit, and I was right. I was also right about Onslaught, because they're dropping lots of hints about Onslaught the last couple episodes. It's just about time. So, yeah, I'm excited. Hope everyone else is excited for the next couple episodes. I hope they do Gambit Death justice, Horseman of Death, because If it's anything with the comics, we're in for some emotional damage. Get your box of tissues out because we're gonna need them. Sad. People will be like, why do you guys have red streaks running down your eyes? Because we've been crying for 6 hours. I'm sorry. Okay. Well, you guys go. Just saying, I like this episode. 9 out of 10. Probably X-Force, and then this episode are probably my 2 favorites of the season so far. Let me know what you think at the bottom. See you next week for X-Men if you pay attention to this video. Bye.